Nintendo used to cook, and I'm not even talking about no little snacks, bro. They would cook gourmet meals, like it'll get steamy in the kitchen. And there's a certain time frame when they cooked that defined a whole generation of Nintendo fans. You know, people like my mom and dad will rave about how Donkey Kong was their thing, and while Donkey Kong put Nintendo on the map, I would really say that the one era that really defined what Nintendo is was the GameCube era. The GameCube was a different time, man. You had goth mommies trying to seduce you. You had Oompa Loompas running around promoting Pikmin. You had people whispering in your ear. GameCube. You could say that it was a very experimental time. And that showed in all the games they made for the GameCube. I mean, without the GameCube, Luigi's Mansion wouldn't have ever happened, and Luigi would have been restricted to player 2. Like, you know, I'm glad they came to their senses already.
Oh yeah!
Super Mario Sunshine wouldn't have had Flood, Bowser Jr., all this shit going on if it weren't for Nintendo wanting to take risks, because otherwise the game would have been very safe and would have been way too similar to Super Mario 64. They would have abandoned Wario Land in favor of this new series called WarioWare. You know, some would call that a bad decision. I personally love WarioWare. The Wario Land definitely does seem like a fun series, and if you guys want a nice fix for that, definitely try out Pizza Tower. I fucking love this game. This game's wild. Look at this motherfucker, big people running around. It's going crazy. Look at this. Oh, this guy's fucking crazy. I love him. One of the biggest risks Nintendo has ever taken on the GameCube was make a new IP called Pikmin. Because it's not like, you know, the year 2014 or whatever when Splatoon is getting announced and everyone's like up in arms about it. This is 2001. And this is only at the time where Nintendo only had 4 consoles, not to mention the GameCube's only the second 3D console. So, I mean, like, yeah, Nintendo has already landed their mark on the gaming scene, but, you know, this is still only their 4th console, and they want to, you know, get the best sales possible, especially if you're going to be competing against the PlayStation 2. So the fact that Miyamoto was so adamant on making this brand new series, it's pretty amazing, because the series has had kind of slow beginnings, and then, you know, because the first game just, you were Olimar and you were just collecting ship parts and that's about it. You're messing with the 3 different types of Pikmin. But then only like a couple years later, he actually released Pikmin 2, which was my favorite Pikmin game for the longest time until Pikmin 4 came out. But now I think Pikmin 4 is objectively the best Pikmin game. If you disagree, that's okay. You just don't have any good taste in games. And after each game, they just kept adding more and more to it. But it's just crazy that the series started off when no one knew anything about it. They didn't have much promo stuff. I mean, they had to fucking include a trailer on the Luigi's Mansion option, so that's how you know they were kind of struggling with promotion. I mean, let's not forget the series Chibi-Robo. This is also another first-party Nintendo game that they took a huge risk on. That they fucked up. Listen, I'm a huge Chibi-Robo fan, okay? This series is really cute. I love it. And the idea of this game is like you're a Roomba with legs. You walk around as a little mini robot, you vacuum up, so collect little house treasures. It was awesome. And then they made a sequel on 3DS called Photo Finder, which I don't think much people liked, but I liked it. You know, the idea of taking a picture of something with your 3DS and that picture gets turned into a real-life object, I think that's cool. Unfortunately, that game didn't sell that well, and Nintendo thought, well, if we make one more game, and if that sells bad, then we're done with the series. So what do? They make a game that has nothing to do with the original games. Of course this game's gonna sell bad. It's nothing like the other fucking games. It's a generic 2D platform that you find on a fucking mobile store. And if you ask me, I feel like Nintendo wanted this series to die, and I think they needed an excuse to stop making these games, so they just made that bullshit thing, so yeah, I'm not that happy about it. But one of the most weirdest cases of Nintendo taking risks, but also it's a smart business move, is when they allowed all these third-party games come to the GameCube, but exclusively for the GameCube version, they had their original characters in it. You can literally stunt on motherfuckers with Mario, Luigi, Peach, and SSX on Tour, the snowboarding game. LeBron James, who? Fucking Mario and Luigi on the court fucking squeaking it up, bruh. Wanna fight the most badass warriors in Soul Calibur 2? Bruh, you can't forget about the most badass warrior ever, Link. And these experiences are only special on the GameCube versions of these games. And it was just a very interesting but welcoming time. And I'd like to imagine how games would be these days if they still did that. I mean, dude, we'd probably get Samus Aran in Doom Eternal. Or hell, Link would be playable in The Witcher 3. I love it when this Nintendo did that. Just the idea of guest stars being exclusive to the Nintendo version of the game. It just gives people options on what console they want, you know. Do I get this console with the better graphics, or do I get the GameCube so I can play these same games with the inclusion of Nintendo characters? It's just that one small key factor that just makes it so much more worth it. But it seems like we're getting back to the days of Nintendo taking risks. I mean, look at Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Dude, this is what I've been preaching for. Nintendo's been listening to my prayers. Drop the new Super Mario Bros. In the new Super Shit series. Drop the new Super Shit graphics, dude. I just wanted a new 2D Mario that just looked brand new, that had personality. And then look, Mario's running, he has animations of his hat flying off. Like, what? That's cute. Look at Mario jumping around, having fun. And then look at Mario's grabbing a fucking flower that's making him trip balls. Like, dude, what? Bro, look, a fucking elephant. Dude, what the fuck? I never thought Nintendo would do this. And then, of course, you have the game that features Princess Peach as the main character, which, you know, seems like what they're going for with the game's title. I mean, look, Princess Peach is like the main character of this game, and like, you know, I don't really care about that. But the only other instance we've seen of this was with Super Princess Peach on the DS, and look at this, this is coming to the Switch. So it's like, that's crazy. They're doing new stuff. And like, come on. Mario RPG getting a remake, guys? Like, how fucking crazy is that? I never thought that day would come because, like, I mean, if you think about it, Mario RPG was just very scarce on the Virtual Console. It always released at the end of that console's lifespan because for some reason Nintendo just had troubles releasing it. I'm not sure if that's just Square Enix being stingy or them wanting money because they're money fiends. But here we are, a full remake that looks beautiful. Dude, Mario is retaining his like little chibi small style. Like, what? Nintendo is messing with Mario's design and not making him look standard like this? Dude, this is fucking nuts. So it seems like Nintendo's finally going back to their risk-taking selves, and if that's true, I'm all for it.
Yahoo!
You said it, Luigi. It's just I hope they do what they did before and they start having these special guest inclusions. Now that's just wishful thinking. But if Mario and Luigi could kinda be in Rocket League, I mean, you know what's stopping them? And I'm beyond surprised that literally no Mario or any Nintendo characters are in Fortnite, when that game is literally the game for special guest character inclusions. So we'll see how the future holds with that type of stuff, but I'm just so happy that Nintendo's coming back with taking risks. It actually seems like they're having fun with making games. Games are coming out more polished than ever with having so much content like Tears of the Kingdom and Pikmin 4 like I mentioned earlier. And yeah, you'd have your games over the Nintendo Switch's lifespan that are like good heavy hitters like Mario Odyssey, Animal Crossing, Luigi's Mansion 3, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, which is also a fucking phenomenal game. But it seemed like once in a blue moon that these heavy hitter games would come out. So the fact that now we're getting them just one after the other, it just gives me hope. You know, maybe one day Nintendo would actually make unique WWE games like they did in the past, like Day of Reckoning and stuff. That would be pretty awesome. That would be a big risk, you know, because, 2K series is kind of, alright, in my opinion, but nothing ever beats the GameCube titles. So, Nintendo, WWE, what the fuck are you doing? It's been long enough. And I'm surprised that Mario and Luigi weren't fucking wrestling in the Day of Reckoning games. But hey, maybe if they bring back the Day of Reckoning series or any wrestling game on the Switch, they can be in it. You know how awesome that would be? By the way, holy fuck, I forgot to introduce my guest star today.
Ooh.
What's up, John Cena?
Oh, yeah!
Where the fuck did he go?
I
guess that does it. What the fuck?